So, Patty, when you're trying to find a destination to take the RV and you just don't know where to go, well, I think today's guests are going to be able to help us out with that. So let's talk to them in this episode of Travels with Delaney,
the podcast.
Well, hey, everyone. We are excited about today's episode. You've heard us all summer mentioning RV Destinations magazine.
Right. Absolutely.
And we thought, instead of just talking about the magazine, why don't we bring in the people behind the magazine? And so we're really excited to have Randy and Caly Behymer. Did I get that right?
Behymer.
Behymer.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was pretty close.
Pretty close.
That good German name.
Yes.
All right.
So we're so excited to have you guys join us today and talk about the magazine. But first, why don't you tell everybody a little bit about yourselves and how long have you been RVing? And
All right, thank you. You want to take that?
Sure. So we've been together for 12 years and we've been RVing for 12 years. So we literally, when we first started dating, we bought a little teardrop camper probably way too early in our relationship. It's honestly a miracle we're still together because we bought that early on and we started with a teardrop and just fell in love with RVing and got a pull behind trailer and then got a Class C and then got our first Class A diesel pusher, got our second Class A diesel pusher, and we've just made the progression. And I keep looking at him going, how much bigger can we go?
Yeah, and it's funny because I say this in some of our videos, and we've got a podcast, as you know, I've said this many times, but I grew up in the Boy Scouts, and so camping to me is, sleeping beside a fire in a sleeping bag or in a tent. And so she always says she's camping. I'm like,
we're totally
no.
camping.
I'm like, you are pulling the living room down the road is what you're doing. That is not camping.
Here are my points to how we are camping. We have an electric fireplace, so I can turn that on and we can sleep by the fire.
nice.
There you go.
Or we can walk outside and have a campfire and be camping by the campfire.
It's still an ongoing dispute that we haven't been able to settle yet, but we're still working on that.
I'm winning. I'm totally winning at this.
So you've been RVing for 12 years.
Yeah.
And then how did the magazine come about?
Yeah. So, one of the things that we have done, like a lot of people, was there was some magazines out in the industry that we had subscribed to and had them for several years and had collected them because there was always at least one destination in them. And we had this big collection of these magazines and we were out hiking one day and I was like, we have all these magazines and one day, babe, one day we're going to just grab a stack of them and we're going to do all these trips. Like we're going to do all these destinations. They just sound fun. And we started talking more and said, man, wouldn't it be great if there was a magazine solely dedicated to destinations for RVers? And we're like, that'd be great. And then we started researching it and realizing there was nothing out there. And so we looked at each other and said, why not us? Why don't we come out?
There were several magazines out there that might have had 2 destinations or even 3. The one she spoke about that we belonged to would have 1. It would generally be in the center page. And I would literally run out to the mailbox, grab it, open the center page, read the article, shut it, never look at another thing.
Done with it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Because the rest was, here's Jayco's new models. Here's how you clean out a black tank. Here's how to take. I didn't care about any of that stuff. I just wanted.
I want to know, where can I take my RV?
Right.
I can figure out how to fix it or what product I want in the black tank. But for me, it was like, give me some new destination that I've never heard of, that I've never been to, or even a new way to visit a destination that we've been to that maybe we've not thought of visiting it that way. You know?
Right. Yeah, we of course we'll write about the Yellowstones and all that, but anybody can Google what to do in Yellowstone. So we try not to feature them a lot. We want the hidden gems. We want to give you inspiration of things that you might not think of, like the campground in Veneta, Oklahoma. We were talking about offline in the issue that you have there with you. Someone might not think, well, hey, there's this beautiful campground that's right on the lake in Veneta, Oklahoma.
Did you have a background in publishing then?
Nope.
Okay.
No, we both have an investment background, and I do have photography, so I had that going for me.
And I have always written. I have been working on this novel that is about half to 3/4 finished for about the past 20-25 years.
Oh my gosh.
So maybe one day I'll finish this novel.
She was always a gifted writer, and that's kind of where it all started. But yeah, we you know, as publishers, we made about every mistake you could make out there. And what I learned is you got to be able to pivot quickly as a small business. And so, you know, we actually have started and operated 2 or 3 small businesses, and that's allowed us the opportunity to be able to, you know, go here. But we really felt that was a need here. And, you know, when we built the magazine out, we were like, what do we want as an RVer? What do we want to see? You know, it's not like we're trying to cram something down people's throat, but like, for instance, I was just talking to this gentleman in the publishing industry, and he thought I was crazy. Patrick, if you don't mind, show the back page of that issue that you have, the back of the cover. So that is like the most premium ad spot in a magazine.
And
right
that's
there, the back cover. And I was talking to a publisher today that said, we are crazy for not putting an ad on there, but I just felt like it looks cheap. It cheapens the magazine.
Right.
And so we don't do that. We wrap the cover all the way around to the back to make it feel like more like a journal than a magazine.
Well, it almost looks like a book also.
Yeah.
So that's actually Caly. She's actually the cover model there.
I am.
Nice.
I'm handing out autographs for $5 a piece.
I made Caly hike 6 miles in a dress to get up there.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I wasn't in a dress, but I did take a whole backpack. I had like a whole face of super heavy makeup on. I had my hair done up underneath my hat, and then brought clothes back with us. And then kind of snuck off to the side and put the dress on, fluffed up my hair, lipstick, and then all of that for the cover shot. Yeah.
When did you launch the magazine?
So the magazine was officially launched. So all this, the hiking she was talking about, where we discussed it, we did a feasibility study and all that occurred in 18 and 19, that time frame. We launched July of 2020. What a great year to launch a magazine. I mean, RV sales were up 400%, so I can't arguably say that was a bad year.
Right.
No.
I don't know. We gained a lot of subscribers that year. So July 2020, and we, as you know, we've talked offline, we launched as fully digital. We thought that was what made the most sense. You know, RVers, we are kind of nomadic people, and just thought that it'd be easier delivery if I can shoot it right to your iPad or your phone or your computer.
I have the app so that I get the digital right here on my smartphone.
So out of all the issues, is there one in particular that you're the most proud of that you guys have made?
You know, honestly, for me personally, probably issue 1. And simply because that was like our dream coming to fruition.
Sure.
Like saying, we're doing this. This is actually happening. We're putting a magazine out there, and we put our heart and soul. And, you know, we wrote the majority of issue 1.
Yeah. So issue 1 definitely is very memorable, but you know what? I really like the issue that you've got in your hand. You know, there's something about reaching the, you know, having that print version. I love, you know, we've been trying for years to get out to the wave. That's the wave where that picture's taken. And you have to have a special permit to get out there that you apply through the National Forest
Bureau of Land Management.
Bureau of Land Management, BLM. So, and we finally got out there after every single day paying $10 after like 3 days, 4 days. We finally got in, and so we were really excited. And I had already figured in my mind that that would be the cover.
And it was so exciting, you know, being at the Hershey RV show and having people come up and say, oh, hey, I am a subscriber to your magazine, and I read about XYZ campground, and I actually stayed there because of what you guys wrote about. And, oh, we read about this trip, and that was so great. And we listened to your podcast, and, oh, you know, and it's just like, oh my gosh, this is really
Isn't that cool? Yeah.
It's so cool.
I mean, it makes us all, we all become, you know, we all travel so much, we become storytellers. And I think she kind of touched on that in the letter from editor in one of the magazines. But we become storytellers. And what do we all love to do? We all love to sit around the campfire and share stories about places we've been. And so that is kind of the dream of the magazine.
Yeah, the magazine is being the storyteller in the RV community. You know, sharing somebody's amazing experience and amazing story that another person can go enjoy and create their own story and their own memory and to share with somebody else. You know, that's really what it's all about.
Well, it's just such a beautiful, I love magazines because I teach and I like actually having the hard print.
Yeah.
And I love table books. So this is just perfect for me. It's beautiful.
Well, thank you. We really poured our heart and soul in it. But you know what? We might put 60 hours a week into this magazine. And honestly, I don't feel like I'm working at all. I mean, because I just love it that much.
That's
awesome. I mean, I'm exhausted. I'm going to bed at 9:30 most days because I just can't even keep my eyes open.
Who's he kidding? It's like 8 o'clock. We're watching TV, and he's out cold.
That's true. That's true. But man, we just absolutely love it, and we just really want to. We listen to our subscribers a lot, so if they give us feedback, this magazine's for them, and so we want. We put our dream into this, but now we're definitely wanting to hear feedback from everybody, and we take that into serious consideration when pivoting. Right. We call it pivoting with the magazine.
Well, I'll tell you what, one of the things that we've noticed about the magazine already, besides the amazing photography, unlike most magazines where you go through it and it's just ad after ad after ad, there's very few ads in your magazine.
And we did that on purpose for that reason.
We most magazines, whether it be in the RV space or wherever it be, usually run anywhere from a 50 to 60% ad ratio to content. So they're running 50-50 ad to the content, or 60-40 ad to content. And there's various reasons for that. To make the magazine profitable. We charge more for our magazine, and we know we do that. Most of our subscribers know why we do that. Because our last magazine, the one that you have in your hand, had 7% advertising in it, and we do that on purpose. And we really feel adamant that we can make a profitable company without being tied to advertisers.
And the advertisers that are in the magazine, we're very, very picky about. We want to make sure that we're not filling the magazine with things that aren't pertinent to traveling in the destination. So you're not going to see a lot of products about, black tank deodorizers or snap pads, things like that. It's more like podcasts. And
Harvest Hose, RV Life, things that kind of help you get to the destination.
Is there a hidden gem, like where you came across it and you're like, this has to go in the magazine?
Yeah, all the time.
Okay.
All the time. We are constantly inspired ourselves, and that's our tagline: be inspired. You see it right there on the front cover, be inspired. And we are inspired all the time. So Caly reads all the articles. She's the editor-in-chief of the magazine, so she does the final edit after our editor gets done with it. And I don't get to I read them when they come into print, and I have it in my hand. That's usually when I read them, now that we have print, and that's what I like to read it when I got it in my hand. But we're inspired all the time. She's like, I read this article about this place or this place, like Sunapee, New Hampshire. Never heard of it. But we read the article like, this is really cool. So it's working on us, our own magazine. It's doing to us what we designed it for our subscribers.
Yeah, and I think that's what's great, because again, as RVers, I mean, it's easy to always go back to the same places we've always been. But that feeling you get when you find one of those hidden gems,
something that's just awe.
Yeah. And that feeling is, and so you're helping us as RV travelers, find those, because sometimes that's the hard part. It's like you want to try something new, you just don't know where to go.
Right. And like you said, it's so easy to get kind of stuck doing the same thing, because at least you know how long it's going to take to get there. You know what to expect once you get there. Even though you want to try something different, it's like, well, where do I start? And how do I start that planning? And what's it going to be like really when I get there? And what about campgrounds? And so we try to answer those questions. And our writers and us too are very, very good at, when we're writing about a destination, talking about the availability of restaurants and attractions and campgrounds and what it's like driving around the area, so that it really is like a destination planner, so that as an RVer, you can sit down and go, this is great. I'm going to go to anywhere town, USA, and now I know what to expect when I get there.
We want to directly compete with TripAdvisor. We want to be the TripAdvisor for the RVer. Yeah, we want everybody to come to our site to get information. You know, we've got a lot of free resources on our website. We are now starting to do these top 10 things to do in different areas. We're starting to blanket all of North America with these top 10s. They're free PDFs that people can download right from our site. So we're really trying to give back to the community. You know, a lot of destination content.
Well, we are absolutely thrilled to be subscribers now, and we chose, because this is one of the things I love, is you give people options on the subscription side.
We do. We give you lots of options. So we have digital subscriptions, we have print subscriptions, we have digital and print subscriptions available. We're quarterly publications, so we're going to be in front of you 4 times a year.
We also have a special annual edition. That's where we. Do you have the annual edition? Did I ship that?
I do have the.
Oh, you do? Okay. Yeah, so we put that out once a year, and that's our top picks of the year. Now, that's a little bit bigger of a magazine. You probably noticed that right away. It's a bigger magazine. There's no advertising. There's a lot more pages. I think 10 or 12 more pages. I think 12 more pages. And so that really showcases a lot of the photography and everything. And in fact, we're working with our writers right now to put together the 2024 special edition. So we reserve the best photography, the best of the best for that issue. That comes out once a year too. But we do have a VIP package that includes everything. You get the special edition, the quarterly edition, digital, all the back issues and everything.
Yeah.
So.
I can tell you this has been very popular in our RV all summer because we kept it. Because again, it's so beautiful. Why would you not keep this out on your table? We don't have a coffee table in our fifth wheel, so we just have a table. But anytime somebody would come over and they would look at it, and I'd say, you can open it, and they'd start looking.
Pretty soon they're in.
They're just like, what is this? So
they're hooked.
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine anybody flipping through one of your magazines
and not stopping to read something.
Yeah, I mean, it's just absolutely amazing. If anybody wants to get a subscription, they would go about it how?
So you can go out to our website at www.rvdestinationsmagazine.com/subscribe, and you'll find all of the different subscriptions that we have available. And we have it broken down to digital only, print only, and then print and digital, so that you can go into each selection and really find a subscription that works best for you.
And we're excited that we just put up on the website about 2 weeks ago gift subscription. So if you got that RVer friend, you can't figure out what you want to give them, buy them a subscription.
Awesome.
Get them a gift subscription. I cannot talk.
It's a tongue twister.
You guys are so kind because you have offered our subscribers and viewers and listeners a 20% discount off your subscription of their choice. You just need to use the code TRAVELDELANEY20. And I will put that in the show notes and the video description. So Patty, I can't imagine why somebody would not do this.
No, I don't.
I mean, you're going to get this amazing magazine and you're going to take 20% off your subscription, find amazing places to go RVing. I mean, this is like a win-win-win.
A triple win.
A triple win.
And let's throw in another one in there too. It's like a win-win-win-win.
Win-win-win-win. Is there anything you'd like to share before we leave?
More than anything, we just want to thank you, Patrick and Patty, for helping us and helping us get our magazine out there and to get our name out there and to share our dream with your listeners. And we just hope to inspire people really to get out there and try a new destination, try something you've never thought of doing before, and take that trip, because we get one shot at this life. Live it up, have a little fun, and try something new.
Thank you to Randy and Caly for joining us today.
Thank you. Thank you for having us on the show.
Thank you so much.
Until next time, everybody, we'll see ya
on down the road.
Bye.
Travels with Delaney. We'll see you on down the road.